7 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago as we continue into the second hour of Morning Edition on this Wednesday. A lot of ground to cover in this very busy second hour. Let's begin by focusing on the Maple Leaf International School. They're hosting an open house on Saturday. Begins at 10 o'clock in the morning at the school, which is located at Alice Heights Drive at Alice Glen in Petty Valley. The school caters for students from the kindergarten level all the way up to secondary level. And you can contact them at 632-9578. Their website, by the way, is www.mapleleaf-school.com, mapleleaf-school.com. Or you could stay with us for the next few minutes because we're joined by the Vice Principal of the secondary school, Michele Riley. Very good morning to you, Ms. Riley. Good to have you here on the program. So tell us, what's going to be happening on Saturday with this open house?
Okay, the whole purpose of the open house is to give parents who may just be interested in finding out about Maple Leaf, whether as an alternative to what their children are going to right now, or just interested in finding out about our school, information about the school, because we do use the Ontario curriculum, and so our method of teaching and everything to do with the Ontario curriculum is quite different from what happens in the local system. And they will also then get to see what the school looks like. On Saturday, teachers and students will be in the school. It's not going to be a normal school day, obviously, right, but we will have teachers and students in the school so parents can actually see what goes on in a classroom. And that then gives them a better sense of what happens in the school, because, I mean, if you come into an empty school, you're not really seeing what's going on, and you want to see what's actually happening in the school, and so that's what we're doing as well. And
because you follow the Ontario system, the Ontario province system in Canada, is that essentially preparing students for studies and life outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and more specifically Canada? Because the argument might be put forward. Can that system and that level of academic preparation also be adapted to whatever the world of work and the professional environment in Trinidad and Tobago?
The Ontario curriculum prepares kids for school outside tertiary education. It also prepares them for work, because it's the way in which the Ontario curriculum works in our school system is that it's not specifically looking at knowledge. It's looking at knowledge, communication, inquiry. It's looking at application. But that's just the academic part. And then we also look at what we call learning skills or working skills, work habits. And so that's all part and parcel. So it's looking at the whole child, what the individual needs to move on once they're finished high school. And what we are very proud about is we say that when students leave Maple Leaf, they are independent, self-directed learners. So not all of our kids, most of our kids will go on to tertiary education, but some of our kids will go into the work world. It just depends on where their career path is taking them.
And as we talk about the student body, what is the mix like? Is it primarily Trinidad and Tobago students, international students, or the children of expatriates, that sort of thing? Well, what's the composition of the student body?
The majority of the students that come to Maple Leaf are locals. I would say about 85%, and the balance are expats. Trinidad, Maple Leaf, in fact, was started by a group of local parents who were looking for an alternative to the local educational system. And they went with the Ontario curriculum because they had had some experience in Canada, whether they had gone to high school in Canada or they had some sort of tertiary education. And the Canadian educational system in the English-speaking world is number one. And so it's a really good educational program, and the kids do get a really, really good education. It's very sound. We are monitored closely by the Ontario Ministry of Education on a yearly basis, especially at the high school level, because we are giving credits, and at the end of the day, when students graduate at the end of grade 12, they walk away with an Ontario Secondary School diploma, and that diploma is internationally recognized. They can use it right here in Trinidad. We've had kids go to UTT, we've had kids go to UE, Roytech, as well as abroad. And anywhere, literally anywhere in the world, it's accepted. And
tell us a little bit about the growth of the international school over the past 22 years, because you were telling me before we came on here that it was established 22 years ago. And from your own experience and involvement with the school, has significant growth taken place over that time?
Yes, and the school, like any other school, with the economic times and what's happened in Trinidad over the years, has had its ebb and flow. And, you know, I mean, it's a growing school. Our student body is approximately 330. And that's sort of where we're at. You know, we sort of fluctuate between 300 and 330, 350, that kind of thing. And our class sizes are small. And so we will never be a school of 1,000 kids or anything like that. That's our number, and it's a very comfortable number for the campus where we're at in Alice Glen.
And as you mentioned the economy and ebbs and flows in the economy, these are difficult economic times,
yes,
as we know, in Trinidad and Tobago and in many other parts of the world as well. And I suppose parents, if they do come on Saturday, we just want to remind you that the open house is from 10 o'clock in the morning. Up till what time does it go to? Until
approximately 12. So it's a 2-hour window.
2 hours. Is that enough time, you think?
Yes, it is. It is, because we want to showcase the school. And so we give parents information about the school, about our programs, about the fact that it's ongoing assessment, it's continuous assessment, the fact that it's a seamless transition from the elementary school into the secondary school, and also a bit of how the secondary school works, because it's very different from the local system.
Yes.
And so that is, and too much information sometimes is a bit too much, so we tailor it to just suit the needs of what we have there with the time frame, and then we focus on our tour. And the tour is really what sort of, based on what we've said, opens the parents' eyes to see, okay, this is really what they're talking about. And you know, please, you know, if parents are interested in coming, there are no strings attached at all.
Yeah.
You know, we would like you to come and have a look at our school, see what we have to offer. If you'd like to bring your son or daughter along with you, by all means, you know.
And the question was actually, we're getting to the whole question of value for money in these economic times. And many people might say, is this something I want to make the financial effort to have my child in? What is your own view as to the feedback from parents as to the value of this education system?
Okay, education is a financial investment, right, where our students are concerned, where our children are concerned. And the feedback from parents, both local parents and parents who are here from abroad, has been very, very positive. You know, they see their children, when they go off to university, being really well prepared for what they are going to have to face and do. And it's a totally different kettle of fish when you go off to university as compared to when you're at high school or in elementary school. And also, they're looking at the quality of education and the teachers that we have. Our teachers are really dedicated, and they're there for the students. And it's not, you know, okay, I'm here to teach from 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. It goes beyond that, you know. I mean, if a student needs extra help, the teacher's there to work with the student. And there's a lot of open communication between our staff and parents. And so parents appreciate that, because they know at all times what's happening with their child in the system. They know that if they have a concern, they can come to the school or they can go to the teacher and say, you know, things are not working, what can we do? And we work together as a team. That's really very, very important.
And before we conclude, Ms. Riley, just remind everybody again that the event is going to be on Saturday from 10 a.m. It's open to the general public.
Yes, it is.
And the contact information, once again, if anyone wants to get more information, even after Saturday's event, how do they contact the school?
The school number is 632-9578. You can also go onto the website at mapleleaf-school.com or our Facebook page. But please, you know, I mean, if you have some time on Saturday morning and we have piqued your interest, you know, please come along and have a look and see what Maple Leaf has to offer.
Ms. Riley, thanks very much for joining us this morning, coming up towards 7:15, approaching 7:16 in Trinidad and Tobago. Lots more to come in the remaining time in our second hour here on this Wednesday. We'll be back right after this.